Hello and welcome back to the Teacherpreneur Association podcast. My name is Jess and I help teachers turn their knowledge, their expertise, their skills into an online business. I wanted to make an episode addressing motivation and motivation, especially when you're growing your teacher business. Truth about motivation is it's not constant. It's not consistent. Motivation will come and go as it pleases. And you might find yourself one day full of enthusiasm. You're so excited for your teacher business. You know the direction it's going in. You know what products you're creating. And you're so excited. You have all of this motivation. And the next day, you're completely drained. And then the next day, you're motivated. And then the next day, you're not. And understanding that this reality is the first step of learning how to manage it effectively. Mel Robbins says motivation is garbage. And she said, at some point, we have all bought into this lie that you've got to feel ready and be motivated in order to change. And we have bought into this complete falsehood that at some point you're going to have the courage and at some point you're going to have the confidence. And I love that she said that because we often are waiting for the right time, are waiting until we find the motivation to start. And that's the first challenge. I think there are a few times when we really wait for motivation. And the first one with teachers in business and teacherpreneurs is finding the motivation to start. Let me know if you're in that position where you're trying to find the motivation to actually start your business. And doing anything, launching any new venture or trying to do something different or challenge yourself, it requires a lot of energy and drive at the beginning. And it can be tough to kind of be now I feel ready, now I'm going to start my business. And it's like standing on the edge of a diving board and you're feeling that mixture of this is so exciting, but also the fear of you're about to dive off this board into the water. And that's what it feels like when you're about to start anything new. That's a challenge, especially teachers going into business. But it's important to recognize that early motivation it's just the beginning. And once you've got through that initial motivation and you've actually started and you've got the ball rolling, then there becomes the next challenge. And you might be in this position where you're maintaining that motivation and using it to grow your business. It's simply not enough just to start. You've got to keep the momentum going. And this growth requires continuous effort and resilience. And it's normal to experience ups and downs with your motivation. And this is where having a clear purpose behind your business becomes so invaluable. I spoke about this before, but in the Teacher to Entrepreneur workbook, one of the first things you do in here is identify your vision. And for me, this is extremely motivational because it's okay, this is what I want my family life to be like. This is what I want my living situation to be like. This is what I want my daily schedule to be like. It's a vision that you're creating, and I use this to motivate myself because every day I know this is what I'm working towards. I will leave the link if you want to grab the Teacher to Entrepreneur workbook down below. It is a 30-day step-by-step guide on building your business from the vision, the mission statement, to creating your first product, deciding on your student and your audience, your niche. All of that good stuff is in there. If you have any questions, you can let me know. When I work with teachers, one of the key focuses is ensuring that their business aligns with something that they genuinely care about. And this is why it's important. The balance between purpose and profit is what keeps motivation alive. If you are passionate about what you're doing and you see the real impact it has, it's easier to push through those tough times and keep moving forward. It's like being in a job that you love. There will always be challenging days. There will always be things that you might not like to do, but that underlying purpose keeps you motivated. And in a typical traditional teaching role, that motivation is there, but then all of the things kind of rain on that parade, the admin, the planning, the things we don't like, the long hours, etc., etc. Also, motivation is just a feeling. It's not a permanent state. No one is ever constantly motivated. Some days you'll wake up excited to tackle your tasks. Other days you'll need to push yourself to get started, and this is completely normal. Just accepting the fact that motivation fluctuates can help you build strategies to manage those lower energy days without feeling discouraged. And the reality of business, not every task is exciting. Just like any job, running your teacher business it's going to involve stuff that you don't want to do and you might not find thrilling. There will be parts of the job that are kind of routine, are less enjoyable, and that's okay. The key is to find ways to make those tasks more manageable and remember why you started in the first place. When you keep those larger goals in mind that I talked about earlier, it's so much easier to kind of tackle the less glamorous aspects of your business. What's great is a lot of times those tasks that you might not enjoy doing, for example, you might not enjoy editing your videos, you can outsource that to someone else and then you can focus on the things that you do have motivation to do. For example, I love recording this podcast. Do I feel like doing it all the time? No, I don't. But it's something that I really enjoy doing, sitting down and helping you grow your business. But then there is a part of it like editing the podcast, and that's literally me just sat at my desk like any normal job. And do I really enjoy doing that? No, but I will make that task more enjoyable for myself. I'll maybe be listening to my Disney soundtrack, or like you're able to make the tasks that are not that fun enjoyable because you're in control and you decide how you do each task and you decide when you do each task. The truth is, only you know how to motivate yourself. And I've seen people who are on weight loss journeys, and the way that they motivate themselves is through external rewards. So for example, losing X amount of weight, they will treat themselves to something. And this is like you're providing yourself with a reward for the work that you put in. What is it that motivates you? I have a group chat of women who are in business, and when I read like we do wins each week, and when I read their wins and what they've done, that motivates me to be like, I want my goal and my win to be in the group next week. Like I want to post mine in the group next week. So I'll use that as motivation for myself, and it's up to you to put these things in place so that you keep going and so that you do reach your goals and don't give up just because you don't feel like it today. If you want your business to be a part of your life for the long term, then you have to motivate yourself to keep going. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Teacherpreneur Association podcast. If you would like to grab the Teacher to Entrepreneur workbook, I'll leave that down below. I also have a couple of spots left for the 3-week mentoring program. That is working with me one-on-one to look at your business, look at where you want to go, and put together an action plan to make that happen. I will leave that link down below. I hope you have a wonderful week and I'll see you next time. Bye.